Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Dennis. So today we're going to do an unboxing and a quick review of NZXT's H7 Flow, as in water flow. And in this case, the air that flows through it. It's supposed to be really good for airflow. It's a great case, look good, a little pricey, but everything is these days. So let's get it out of the box. Let's have a look. Here we go. Here's a quick look. I really like the purple that they put on the box. I know it's just an aesthetic thing, but it really catches your eye. So again, it's the H7 Flow mid-tower airflow case. Okay, you can see the buttons on the front already here, but we'll go over that once we get it out of the box. And yeah, so I'm just going to open the box to show you how well it's packed, and we'll continue on. So here's the way it's packaged. When you first open it, of course, it's got some ventilation here. It's wrapped into plastic, and you got your styrofoam on both sides. And there's different variations of styrofoam. So some will pack it well, some won't. Some will make a heck of a mess. This one's pretty good. So we're going to get it out. I'm just going to slide it upside down, and then you'll see the case, and we'll see what all it comes with. So we got our styrofoam both sides. Again, like I say, the plastic. So all you do is flip it. Remove the first one. It should be coming off fairly easy. And then just the feet are on the bottom here. So I always like to take the plastic off first before I switch it around. And on the bottom, usually you have your little case manual. Okay, so flip it on its side. Be careful, of course, it's got tempered glass. Okay, take this one off. And finally take the plastic off. And wow, that is nothing on the outside. Oh yeah, there is plastic on the outside, but look how that is coming off already on the inside. Not that that's a big deal, you're going to take that off anyway. But just interesting to see. Even has a little purple caution, tempered glass, handle with care. So some of the things I want to go over first off, just to get it out of the way. The dimensions of the case, width, height, and depth are 230 millimeters by 505 millimeters by 480 millimeters. Now that's including with the feet. It's steel, tempered glass, weighs 10.05 kilograms. A motherboard support is mini ITX, micro ATX, and ATX. Of course, we'll go over the I/O ports on the top in a minute. Your fan support, so in the front, you get 3 120 millimeter fans or 3 times 140. That's pretty good. Don't usually see that often. You can have 1 times F series quiet 120 millimeter case version included. Okay, of course, this is the white case. And it comes with the 1 fan in the front. So I'll just show you that. You can kind of see it in here. All right. And of course, we'll get this off after. And of course, it comes with 1 fan in the back, which is also 120 millimeter. All right, so top, three 120s or 2 140s. In the rear, you've got a 120 millimeter, and you can also have a 140 millimeter. It comes with the 120 millimeter, okay? For radiator support, you can have up to 360 millimeter with push-pull in the front. On the top, it says you can have 360, and on the rear, up to 140. So, not anything out of the ordinary on that. Now, on the back, we just turn this around a little bit. Okay, you've got 7 PCIe expansion slots. This comes with a 2-year warranty, which I always kind of like. Now, I'm going to replace these fans with fans that I like. But if you want these fans, these are F120Q airflow fans. Okay, their speed is capable of 1200 plus or minus 120 RPM. Airflow is 62.18 CFM, and these are static pressure fans, and noise is about 25.1 decibels, and fan connectors are 3 pin. But we'll have a look at all of this. Like I say, just get the specs right out of the way. Cable management has 18 to 22 millimeters. GPU clearance is 400. Of course, you're going to need that with the GPUs today. CPU cooler, you can fit up to 185 millimeters. That pretty much is going to accommodate all of them, I do believe. But there could be one out there bigger, who knows. Radiator in the front, you can have a 60 millimeter and top 30 millimeter. I don't know why they say that. That's kind of odd. And it has room for 2.5 inch, 4 plus 2, and 3.5 inch times 2. So anyway, that's just the specs. Get that out of the way. Let's start actually looking at this case now. So the interesting thing about this case is this glass, tempered glass. Apparently it just pulls out. So I don't know if I like that, because I like to have the screws, but if you pull out, you sure would not want to make a mistake with that. So I don't like the idea of it, to be honest. It's in there pretty good, I know that, but there, it just pulls off. I don't know if you can hear that, but I'm going to hang on to it kind of carefully, and should pull out at the bottom, I do believe. Certainly hope I don't want to break it at this kind of price point. So I'm just going to grab it from the top. Oh, okay. This is really different. So it pops out, and then if you push on the side and kind of lift up, it's held on the bottom with this little lip. It's very deceiving. All right. Not sure if I like that way of doing things, but I mean, it works. So you just, to put it back on, you just kind of line it up there and pop it back in place. So anyway, that's a different approach. Don't personally like it, to be honest with you, because like, if you're new to this, and even though I've just taken this off, it doesn't come up that easy. Wow, I don't like it. I don't like it. That's just me, but it is the way it is. Sometimes you like stuff on a case. Sometimes you think it's crap. In this case, it's not crap, but it's not what I like. It actually fits into these little slots. There's 3 openings. So you fit them into there. I don't know what they were thinking with that, to be quite honest. I don't like it. Have I said I don't like it enough now? Yeah, this bar here, it can be removed, but it's used to hide your cables and put them away. So you've got all your standoffs already in place. This one is designed not to screw into. This is just to hold your motherboard in place. I think Corsair started that in the beginning, to be quite honest. So I kind of feel like other manufacturers just kind of grabbed a hold of it and went with it. Got a nice big opening, and it's perforated on the bottom here for airflow. You got 2 openings here, which I like. Here's one thing they did that I haven't seen. They have a little opening here. So if you got your graphics card here, you just pop it up. I think that's a good idea. So, like I say, you got good and bad with every case. Not everybody's going to tell you the bad. Not everybody tell you their opinion. I paid for this. I can tell you whatever the heck I want. I'll tell you truthful. So, does it have an opening on the top? Oh, it sure does. A nice, big, long, wide one. I have never seen that before. That's pretty darn awesome. So, irregardless of the tempered glass, I like that. That's pretty amazing. So this fan is not bad. It's already wired into the back. We'll have that open in a minute. I like how these are actually sealed. The reason I like that is, even though it restricts airflow, not that you really get much airflow from there, it's going to keep the case cleaner, I think. You have a slot here, so if you buy the riser card, you can put it vertically mounted right here, so it's kind of this way. You have your fan, nothing fancy. It's a nice fan. I guess it works. And the one on the front. Now, the one in the at the front of the case is supposed to be perforated as well, and you're supposed to be able to pull it off. Let's hope this one works better than the tempered glass. So let's just see here. I'm going to do this without breaking something. Let's pull this forward first so I can get a hold of it. No, okay, yep. So, see how that's pulling out? It's just because of the way it's made. So you've got these perforations, all right? And they all just pop into these holes along it. It's actually not bad. And on here as well, you've got kind of like a little filter. So pretty easy to clean that, I would think. Again, you get your fan, so you got room for a couple more. And of course, easy spots to route your cable fans through. Nothing more spectacular at the front about that. Is this? No. Just checking. Sometimes, one of the cases I had in the previous, on the top here. So one thing I want to point out is on the top here, look, it's got a little indentation, but it's not a power switch. Power switch is on the top. But it's there just for the design. I'm going to remove this, like I say, and remove the one on the back, because I have better fans to put in, and I'll review those in another video so you can see them all. Taking off the top, maybe that's what this is for. Does this just pop up? Yes, it does, I believe. Yeah, it's definitely not coming off easy, but it's the same thing. Hey, all your perforations, they just pop in place. And they have a filter on the top here. We'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, I like the way this all opens up. You've got a bit of room here. So if you wanted to put your rad in the front, certainly have room to do that. Let's get this back panel off. How's this come off now? Again, no screws. Looks like you just pull it from here to help you get it off. One thing I don't like is it doesn't really seem have any places to pry it from, you know what I mean? So let's get this off. Does this one lift up too? Yep, it does. We should just pop it in all the way across. But instead, they do have it, but it's kind of like it fits in place. It just goes down into these grooves on the bottom. I mean, it works. It's just something you got to take some time getting used to. So on here, you have two SSD mounting spots. You have a screw here, take it off, take this bracket off. You're good to go. Has little grooves in here for mounting your cables. You got Velcro here, Velcro through here or here. And all your cables, of course, are all tucked away. We'll get on to this in a minute because a lot of people don't show that, and that's something I like to show. You have a hard drive cage. There's lots of room for a power supply. Normally you put a power supply in there, you don't have any room for your cables. This one does. To remove your hard drive cage, there's a screw right here. You just undo it and this whole thing just pops out. And of course we have our little box of accessories. Can I get that out? There we go. All right, we'll show you what's in that in a moment. Let's continue with the unboxing. I'm going to show you the cables because that's the part a lot of people want to know. And I'm curious about one particular thing. So, we have our USB-C, I do believe. Yep, so that's going to plug into your motherboard. All right, so if you have a USB-C, that'll plug in. We have our USB 3. Again, goes to the motherboard. You have your HD audio. Very, very simple cables to figure out. And now this is the part I like about NZXT's cases. This is all of your front panel connectors. So they combine them all. Normally you have your positive, negative, PLED, your power, your reset, all that kind of good stuff. Everything you have is combined onto this one little cable. Pretty sweet. Just pop it on, you're done. You don't have to figure out if you got it on the right way. There's only one way it's going to go on. There's a little blank spot. Make sure you line that up with the place on your motherboard where your front panel connectors are, and you're good to go. And of course, this is for your fan, and it's just 3-pin, like I mentioned earlier. And you've got another one right here. All right, so that's your fans just feeding them down. I kind of like it. Be nice if they had in a case that cost this much. It's about almost 200 bucks with taxes in, Canadian. Why not have a little hub right here? Plug all your cables right directly in there. I don't know. I think it would be nice. So on the back, again, your two SSDs, mount for your hard drive cage. You can remove it if you wish. That covers the back. You got lots of nice openings and openings on the side. Pretty sweet. Now let's have a look at the top. So on the top here, okay, you have a filter. Comes off pretty simple. It just lifts up, pulls down. Again, take that out, clean it off, and that's how you can put everything in there with your radiators and all that. So on here, this is your power switch. You have two USB 3.2s, I believe they are, and your USB-C. You have a headphone mic. That's it. That's all there is. Pretty simplistic. Is there anything I haven't covered? Let's have a look here. No? Okay. Your I/O shield is obviously going to go here. Take out the ones you need for your graphics card. Power supply goes on the bottom. Power supply is pretty simple. There's nothing fancy to it. It's just going to go in from this end. Okay, you're just going to slide it in and start wiring everything up. The only other thing I'll mention is on the bottom here, you have a filter on the bottom. You just push down, pull down, and it comes out. All right. Nothing too hard about it. It's very firm too. I like it. It's definitely not coming out unless you're really trying to bring it out. Okay, so on here. So let's have a look on the bottom, just to show you that much more clearly. So again, like I say, you pull it out, goes up, has two little slots when you put it in, slots into. This is where you can remove your hard drive cage after you undo the screw, and you can move it to a couple different spots. Your feet are pretty good. I would kind of like that. It's about an inch, I guess. Yeah, pretty sweet. And this on the bottom, this is kind of neat too. You just got one more. So on the bottom here, you got another little filter. So you just pop that out. I do believe. Give me a moment. Oh, okay. Actually, just slides. See that? Just slides out. And not really much to it. It just pops back in. This might be the easiest review of a case I've done in a heck of a long time. So let's have a look at what comes in our little accessories pack. And of course you have all your different screws for your motherboard. Alright, case fans, standoff screws. It even comes with this to tighten your standoffs. Alright, an extra standoff screw should you need it. Power supply. Yeah, pretty cool. And what have they got in here? This is kind of... Oh, they got a couple more brackets for SSDs. Now, I guess the question is, can you mount those somewhere else? And of course, some twist ties. But I want to have a look. Is there another place to mount those? Obviously, you're not going to do it here. Let's have a look on the back. Maybe it's just a replacement in case this breaks. Yeah, that's just a couple extras from what I can tell. That's the case. Does it light up? No, it has no RGB to it whatsoever that I can tell. If it did, I would light it up and I'd show it to you. But that's what's going to make this case that much nicer. I'm going to put 3 RGB fans in the front, 1 in the back, and then I'll show you what that looks like. So if you want to see that, see what it looks like in this case, stay tuned for the next video, because that's going to show you. I have just some pretty sweet fans I got from Be Quiet. All right, buddy, so that's a very quick overview, review of the case, show you everything, what it's all about. You got the dimensions in the beginning. If you don't want to watch that, just skip, go to the important parts. Very simple case. For the price, it's kind of, I think it's over a little bit too much for what you get. But you do get lots of cable management. It's going to, if you're a beginner builder, if you're doing your first build of a PC, this is going to work great for you. You're not trying to find room to put your cables. They've already got your cable management channels already there for you. It's got even slots. I've never seen a case with those little slots to help you cable manage. Never seen that before, to be honest. Of course, this one's white, and because my fans in the next video are white. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, if you like it, hit that like, give me a big old thumbs up. If you don't, leave me a comment. Tell me what you didn't like, what you want to see, what you want to see in the video next when I do the fans. Do you want to see it lit up? Which, of course, I'm going to do. Or is there something else you want to see? Or something else you want to know? Ask the question. I'll get back to you. And, of course, if you're new here, think about subscribing. Hit that bell for notifications for videos as they come up in the future. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you like it. Stay tuned for the next one.